Alrighty, we're here with more Assassin's Creed 3. Starting later than usual. Had a little thing with Pokemon trading card game earlier today, which is fine. So, last time we saw the Boston Massacre, which is a key turning point in the Revolutionary War, and then leads into the Taxations Act, everything like that. So, and then we saw Connor become an assassin, and then we did a mission with Desmond. So, without further ado, we are continuing. Let's see what happens in the revolution. Well, right now we're in present day. I'll explain some things in a minute.
So who the hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. Doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
So the options are, we can put the key in there, or we can just return to the Animus.
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather extraordinary lives.
Yeah, I kinda liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I admit, I did a shitty job raising you. I apologize, I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you. I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce.
So we're going to go back in the Animus. Later on, when we get all three of the keys, we can actually go back in, put them all in. So let's go and do this.
Good luck,
today.
Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects frays. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them? And what conspiracies have they already
Connor!
spun? All these
Spare a
things I
moment.
must determine. Of course, for only by
Have a
knowing my
look.
enemy can I hope to stop them. What is it?
Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
Anandogo,
Yes, my friend.
what brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now,
What do you mean? What has happened?
men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He's called William Johnson,
Where is Johnson now?
in Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale! This is theft!
Connor, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. He'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
All right. Pretty sure I could just fast travel to Boston. That was easier. Let's see if we can get another pistol before we move on. Let's go to the store. And then we'll continue. I just want to see if I can have enough items to craft another holster.
So, what have you been eating?
Oh, that's right. Crafting can only be done at the homestead. So before we continue, I'm gonna go craft me another holster. Okay, we'll have to do that later. We'll have to get the artisans. I'll do that at some other point. But for now, we'll just continue with set. So the more you do the side quests and stuff, the better off you are. So I'll probably do that at some point, not on stream. So we just focus on the main story. check how much the next one is to see if we can speed this up. Okay, so next stream we'll do 7 and 8. We'll just do this one differently. This guy, which is fine.
Sanctions and demonstrations won't suffice, Sam. We need to act, and I'm talking about more than a sternly worded letter.
I sympathize with... Ah, Connor. Hello again. What brings you to Boston?
You.
Would you excuse us, fellows? Thank you. The conversation was about to turn unpleasant. Now, what can I do for you?
I was hoping you could help me locate William Johnson.
Of course. I'm headed to a meeting with some men who should be able to help. Why don't you come along? Ah, it's good to see the people finally taking a stand against injustice.
Says the man who owns a slave.
Ooh, sorry? I practice what I preach, my friend. She's not a slave, but a freed woman. At least on paper. Men's minds are not so easily turned. It's a tragedy that for all our progress, still we cling to such barbarism.
Then speak out against it.
We must focus first on defending our rights. When this is done, we'll have the luxury of addressing these other matters.
You speak as though your condition is equal to that of the slaves. It is not.
Tell that to my neighbor who was compelled to quarter British troops, or to my friend whose store was closed because he displeased the crown. The people here are no freer than Surrey.
You offer excuses instead of solutions. All people should be equal, and not in turns.
It's in turns, or not at all.
Hey! It's my home, no matter what you thieves called taxmen say! If the gums in Parliament who want to take my property, you tell them to sail across the pond and take it themselves!
It's not open for discussion now. Open this door or these men will break it down! Ah!
Ah, bollocks! We're coming in! I trust the mounting evidence is proof enough, Connor.
Continue on. I shall meet you at our destination.
Well, we will see this.
Is that all you have? You can't take
I said if you do the side missions and stuff, you can get better.
Justice for once. I dare the governor to send more.
You all right?
I'm fine. It's not my first dance. For all their teeth and claws, these little foxes, they fight like puppies. Thank you, my friend. I'd buy you an ale, but I'm expected somewhere else.
Let's loot. So yeah, I will do later on the other side stuff, so that we can get another holster going. Double pistols are always good. Let's put an animal. I was gonna meet up with Sam Adams. So we've been playing the Assassin's Creed games out of order. Kind of sort of out of order. I mean, we played 2, then Brotherhood, Relations, but other than that, we've been skipping around, which is fine. You know, it's pretty cool to be able to see these in different perspective. So.
Connor, I'd like you to meet some like-minded friends. The owner of this fine establishment, William Molyneux, and the manager and chef of his newest venture, Stéphane Chaffeau.
Ah, Connor and I just had a ball with some redcoats enforcing some taxmen outside my home.
The collectors grow bolder and more forceful. Something we must address, Samuel.
Then let us raise a banner. Something to let the people know that they are not alone. The docks are an angry place of late. Protesters picketing the latest shipments of British tea. The eyes of the city are upon that stage.
A Bostonian without his tea is a dangerous beast.
William Johnson is smuggling the tea off the ships. One of his men tried to sell me this. A sample of what I refused. But it's from those ships. No mistaking the stamp. He's charging a king's ransom. Must be he's making a mint off those who buy it.
Where is he now?
I've never met the man.
May I ask why you seek him, Connor?
He intends to purchase the land upon which my village stands, without the consent of my people.
No doubt the revenue from his little smuggling endeavor is financing the acquisition. A tax enforced on tea grants a boon to smugglers. I'll wager the same men who levy the taxes are selling the tea. A stage requires a spectacle, and I may know the play. Connor, head back to the docks and see to the destruction of the tea. If you should need us, return here.
Let's see how things go.
Pardon me.
Oh, come on, mate.
See, head back to the docks. Yeah, no, I don't care for the side missions. Just want to get to the docks. You guys should know what's gonna happen now. If you'll remember the Boston Tea Party. grass tea. Ooh. Oh, who cares? Who cares about powder kegs? Yeah, they're taxing people, so, you know, I know we get taxed on stuff here, but back then, you know, people were trying to be free from the British.
Currently available in Culture Drop. The city's best prices guaranteed. Honorable gentlemen claim it was not so much the amount. 3 pence a pound.
Let's see what this next part of the segment is. There's a pig.
Stefan, what is wrong? Where is Sam Adams?
Who cares? I've been robbed! Vont me le payer, ces scélérats de merde!
Where are you going?
To get back what's rightfully mine.
The French.
Oh, regardez! Some pathetic redcoats waiting for a beating! I will match your face to your jacket, Capule! Ces coquins me prennent mon père au Canada et voilà qu'ils me ravissent ma propriété ici. Il suffit.
Somebody's pissed.
We are not English! We are not the king's men! We are free! But the king sends these Russians. Our masters! This is our city! Let's show them who owns it! It's time to fight!
Stefan, please! Stop and listen to me!
I've listened for long enough. They come into my home and take my king? I will get my revenge. The man responsible for this will pay. His friends will pay. Voilà trop longtemps que je subis ces affronts. Ils vont coûter de mon courroux. You looking for... qui veulent s'approprier ma nouvelle demeure.
Injustice, but this is not it.
I don't speak French.
I will match your face to your...
Destroyed? You stupid mongrel! And I suppose you want me to tell Johnson his tea just spontaneously combusted? Nonsense. Someone's responsible for this, and you will find out who. And if you can't, I'll gut you and find a smarter mongrel who can.
What do we do? Create a window. Bloody hell are you?
Why? You have no right to rob people blind. By decree of the British Parliament or not.
British Parliament? I worked for William Johnson. Johnson? End his suffering cleanly. Please. The people seem to have an ear for you. What are the things you lost?
The people listen to me only because I spoke the truth loud enough, which is worth 1,000 times the content of my footlocker. The English, they can keep my things.
You did well tonight.
I said I'd buy you an ale when you first helped me. In place of drink, I offer you my allegiance. For what it's worth.
Your aid is welcome, and I am grateful. Now, I need to find Sam Adams.
I don't want another one.
Send the tea back to England, I say. Show them we'll brook no trump with taxed tea. Show them we have our own ideas and proper opinions.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe. Let's see.
Come see these innovative marvels at work.
Let's remove these letters. This is not take too long. That actually leads to where I need to be, so that's plus.
Bullets of several varietals. The choice of old, discerning restaurateurs.
You have my everlasting gratitude, sir.
Now let's head to the third mission of the segment.
Prep stagecoaches! Send the 3 ships back. Cargo and all.
Aye, but Governor Hutchison refuses to let them leave.
What happens now?
We wait for the signal.
What signal?
This meeting can do nothing further to save the country.
That one.
Evening, gentlemen. Shall we be off?
No.
What's the matter?
I have spent today drawn from one bit of madness to another with nothing to show for it. Before I go any further, I would like to know exactly what it is you intend.
Of course. First, we make our way to Nathaniel Bradley's house to fetch the rest of our little group. Then it's on to Griffin's Wharf, where we board the ships and dump the tea. Simple as that.
Simple seems a bit charitable.
Cheer up, Connor. For tonight, we are all victors. The Sons of Liberty get to send a message to England, and you rob William Johnson of his financing. Your village will be saved. I've an idea. Why don't you lead the way? That should keep us out of any further trouble. Am I right?
The Boston.
Damn it, more guards.
We need to turn the crowd's anger to our advantage.
Say the word, Connor, and I will make it so.
There goes my... So much for trying to help out. Paul Revere was known for the Midnight Rider Paul Revere. Legendary.
We've done it!
Gunnar? We saved the last one for you. Best we get out of here.
The Boston Tea Party, everybody. Yeah, Boston Tea Party was throw everything in the harbor. Gotta go on to the next mission of here.
It is done.
Johnson is dead?
No. He retreated when we destroyed the tea.
Only to hatch some new scheme, I'm sure. You should have killed him.
There was no need.
Time will tell if you speak the truth.
Radun Hagedum! Radun Hagedum!
Ganondokon, why are you here? Has something happened?
William Johnson has returned with all the money required to buy our land. He meets with the elders as we speak. I have begged him to resist, but I fear he shall have his way unless you intervene.
How is this possible? We destroyed the tea.
The Templars are nothing if not resourceful. You should have heeded my warning.
Please, you have to stop him.
Of course. Can you tell me where they're meeting?
Up we go.
Izzy not ganya daradit ganusade ne Johnson's yunja daro rocksta. Guahiganzi what ne ganun haradum hagedum.
Ta gwader hardat gwa ganto.
Not your brothers. You do not teach the same thing. Peace, prosperity, fertile land.
You seek land, true enough. Land that is not yours for any purpose.
I only wish that you could say. There are those who would betray and manipulate you. The worst yet, I myself. Over to you, then we'll be as one in your debt forever.
Sir William may have a point. What hope have we against their black powder and iron?
The spirits will guide us, as they always have.
Did they not guide us here? This is a mistake. We should sign.
Peace. Peace. Have I not always been an advocate? Have I not always sought to protect you from harm?
If you wish to protect us, then give us arms, muskets and horses that we might defend ourselves.
War is not the answer.
We remember, Stanwix. We remember you moved the borders. Even today your men dig up the land, showing no regard for those who live upon it. Your words are honeyed, but false. We are not here to negotiate, nor to sell. We are here to tell you and yours to leave these lands.
So be it. I offered you an olive branch, and you knocked it from my hand. Perhaps you'll respond better to the sword.
Are you threatening us?
Yes. Still doubt? Ah! Thought you might send one of your own to oppose me? An unwise... Oh, no. done?
Ensured an end to your schemes. You sought to claim these lands for the Templars.
Aye, that we might protect them. Do you think that good King George lies awake at night, hoping that no harm comes to his native subjects? Or that the people of the city care one whit about them? Oh, sure. The colonists are happy to trade when they need food or shelter, or a bit of extra padding for their armies. But when the walls of the city constrict, when there's crops that need soil, when there's no more enemy to fight, we'll see how kind the people are then.
The colonists have no quarrel with the Iroquois.
Not yet, but they will. 'Tis the way of the world. In time, they'll turn. I could have stopped it. I could have saved you all.
You speak of salvation, but you were killing them.
Aye, because they would not listen. And so, it seems, neither will you.
Ayawas ne yahte hagum sare, am dahyayum ne skanas izagum haje.
William Johnson is dead, and with him, the Templar plot to steal the land of my people. But in ending this threat, I have revealed another. On his body was a letter addressed to John Pitcairn containing orders to root out and destroy Patriot weapons and supplies. Should he succeed in this, the colonists will be unable to maintain their resistance, and the Templars will surely take control. So long as Pitcairn lives, the danger remains. I need to find him. He needs to die. I thought it might bring clarity or instill a sense of accomplishment, but all I feel is regret.
Hold fast to that. Such sacrifices must never come lightly.
I had to do it. Not only for my people, but for all the others Johnson would have harmed.
It's a start. But to truly be free of Templar influence, all of them must be dealt with in turn. Even your father.
I know.
You speak the words, but do you believe them? Seems we've company.
What is it?
A request for aid from Paul Revere. Seems the Redcoats are up to something in Boston. Guess you made an impression on the Sons of Liberty.
They mistake me for one of their own. Please tell Mr. Revere he has my sympathies, but I cannot help at present.
You might wish to reconsider. John Pitcairn is mentioned by name.
Where am I to go?
Mr. Revere's house in Boston.
If you'd like, I can...
Alright, we stop here. So we saw the assassination of William Johnson, the Boston Tea Party. We will continue. Thanks for watching, and fun fact, 11 years ago today, this game came out. Pretty cool fact.